Welcome back to Two for Classics, a classic movie review podcast. I'm Sam.
I'm Liliana. This week we watched Dead Ringer. Dead Ringer was released in the US in 1964, directed by Paul Henreid, and the run time is an hour and 15 minutes. The genre is a thriller crime. Director Paul Henreid had worked opposite Bette Davis in the film from 1942 titled Now Voyager. Well, let's move on to the cast. We have Bette Davis plays identical twins Maggie DeLorca and Edith Phillips. Davis played a similar role of twin sisters in a 1946 film titled A Stolen Life.
She played twins twice.
Yes. We also have Carl Malden, who plays Sergeant Jip Hobson. It is love interest. He was also in another great film from 1954, On the Waterfront, opposite Marlon Brando.
He was a dork in that one.
No, he was a priest.
Oh, he was a dorky.
He got
priest.
beat up for getting involved. That was good. We also have Peter Lawford, who plays Tony, Maggie's lover. Peter Lawford was in a very popular movie from 1960 called Ocean's 11 with Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr.
The original.
Ocean's 11, yes.
The 2001 version is the remake.
The remake. Uh-huh. Yeah. I think that, they did really a good job for the second one. But anyway, let's move on. So, yes, let's talk about the movie, Sam.
All right, so let me give you a quick summary of our movie. Edith Phillips crosses paths with her estranged twin sister Margaret DeLorca when she attends the funeral of one Frank DeLorca. The almost 20-year estrangement was caused by Margaret when she stole Frank from her sister and ended up marrying him and living a very wealthy lifestyle. Meanwhile, Edith attended to their father, who died a drunk, and now owns a bar a stone's throw away in the not the greatest part of downtown LA.
What's a stone's throw away?
I mean, you gotta pick up a stone and see how far you can chuck that thing.
Okay.
In other words, not that far.
Okay.
Because they used to live in San Francisco.
That's kind of far.
She moved to LA where the Margaret lived with Frank.
Okay.
When they got married. Where was I? Edith, unlike her sister, who barely seems bothered by the death of her husband, struggles with keeping her bar afloat due to her generous nature. Now faced with an eviction notice, the death of her once love, and the resentment of her sister's deception, Edith plots to get rid of Margaret and adopt a life she was always meant to have.
Okay, so now we have this interestingly Bette Davis playing,
both these roles.
Both Edith and Maggie.
We only get to see her play both in the first part of the movie because obviously the whole point is that she's trying to replace her sister. But she does an amazing job.
Yes, I was very impressed with, because we see her just taking this role where, she's got to be this Maggie, which is this polished, rich woman. And then we have Edith, who is poor and, doesn't know how to dress, smokes, and I think drinks too. And she's in one of the scenes where, they're talking in one room. You hear the voice change when she plays Maggie, when she goes from Maggie to Edith. Even the way she stands, the vocabulary, the facial expressions, she actually gets you to believe that these are two different people.
She really does. You almost believe that they really are two just identical twins and you're not watching the same actress play both roles. Yeah. or like you were saying, her stance, but her vocabulary is completely different.
Yes.
And even the tone of voice she uses.
Because Edith is raspier voice because she smokes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Margaret has a more, almost like an accent.
Yes, that's true.
And it's very interesting to watch and to see it. So that alone, I would prompt everyone to just watch this movie just to see that performance.
And also the personality. You know, Maggie is, it's just this, rude. I think she's very rude.
She's very rude.
And she's, what do you call when somebody's class that they treat people different because they're not in the same class?
Classist.
Yeah. And so she looks down on Edith because
she does. She invites her back to her home from the funeral.
Yeah, after the funeral.
Where they have seen each other.
They haven't seen each other for 20 years.
Well, Maggie says 20 years and Edith says it's actually been 18 years and 8 months or something like that.
Yeah, so they see each other at the funeral. Maggie invites Edith to
the home, to the mansion.
To the mansion.
And she basically says, "Why am I here? Why did you invite me?" And she says, "Oh, don't be offended. But when I saw you at the funeral wearing that." And so she's like, "What do you offer me, money or cast-offs?" And she says, "Darling, you haven't seen my cast." And she starts bringing out all of this very high-end clothing, even a fur coat.
She brings it from her closet and throws it on the bed and says, "Just take it.
Just take it because by the time I'm out of mourning clothes, the black, that'll be out of fashion."
She wants to hand it off to.
She's like, "Here, I'm not gonna get to wear it anyways because God forbid that I'm wearing out of fashion clothing."
So it shows you there that Maggie wasn't interested in rekindling a relationship.
She felt
sorry for her and wanted to give her, leftovers, pretty
scraps.
much. And at one point, we see Edith actually pick up the fur coat.
She does. She looks at herself in the mirror almost with the fur coat.
Like, should I take it?
Yeah.
But then she decides no, because
her pride.
She's very proud.
Yeah, her pride is more
But also,
important.
you can see her resentment and her disappointment towards Maggie comes across.
Maggie is not at all sad.
No, she's not. That's the other thing. We don't see a sadness that we would see from a widow.
Yeah.
She's, talking about, she's talking about everything else, but, my husband, I've never, sheds one tear.
Nope.
And I think Edith sees this, and I think that makes her more angry. Like, you don't even care.
Because she's the one that loved him, and she was the one that was dating him.
And that's when we find out that...
why they haven't spoken.
Because, Maggie stole her boyfriend.
Married him. Stole her boyfriend, kind of enticed him to, sleep with her. It's very him. And then because he was part of the military, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he was a military man.
And he went to LA or whatever, and he says, "Oh, go visit my sister while you're there."
So Edith was dating this Frank.
And they were in Europe.
And then
when he goes on leave to Los Angeles for whatever reason,
Edith tells him to go visit her sister Maggie. And that's when Maggie takes advantage and she sleeps with him. And then
lies
that she's pregnant.
Lies that she's pregnant so that he will marry her.
So then now Edith is out.
Edith and them, they fell apart. Even so far as that Maggie doesn't even know when the dad died. Edith is
Maggie doesn't care.
Yeah,
Maggie just wants the money. Maggie just wants the Lorca's money.
She didn't care about her own family.
No? Yeah. So Edith is now left behind to fend for herself and her sick father.
The dad is dies.
And so now they're here. Frank the Lorca is dead, and they're hashing it out. And just, Edith is getting angrier with Maggie because Maggie is arrogant and rude and just mean to her, I think.
I don't know about mean. It's just so indifferent.
It's just mean when she tells her that, you can have my leftovers because you don't care about wearing
fashion.
The clothing that's gone out of fashion. Like... That's rude. That's mean. I mean, that's the way I
She
see
never cared to begin with.
it. So now we...
Then you see a little bit of Edith's life. When she's in the car, she finds out that the pregnancy was actually a lie.
So Edith goes back to her house and she gets in the car with the chauffeur.
Yeah. To drive her.
And they have for some reason they end up talking about,
because he says like, oh, I never thought I'd see the last of the Lorcas. Because that's it. They didn't have, Maggie and Frank didn't have any kids.
And Edith brings up that
the baby died.
That there was a baby, and the chauffeur said,
there's never, what are you talking about? They haven't had any kids.
Yeah. And so she finds out that there was never a child.
No.
It was all a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Maggie lied.
Mm-hmm.
So it just makes her angrier.
I wonder if she told Frank. I wonder if she said, oh, I miscarried. And then everybody else, she said, I had the kid, but it died.
Whatever it was, we know Maggie lied.
Because why would he have stayed with her then?
But like I said, whatever it was, we know Maggie lied her way.
Course.
You know. So now we see Edith at the arriving at her so she has this bar.
She has a bar
and then
says on Figueroa
and then
Street.
second floor there's like a apartment, right, where
her
she lives.
Apartment, yeah.
But we see that is, run down, and
it's on
we can tell
Figueroa Street.
we can tell that she has very little money, and
she's barely staying afloat, and we see that she's being kicked out of the space by her, I guess, her landlord.
Yes,
because she's behind on rent, and we find out that this very aggressive, very tough woman actually has a soft heart, and she's always giving handouts.
A soft spot. Mm-hmm.
She's trying to help people.
So we find out through the chismoso bartender.
Yeah, the bartender is just
chismoso.
Blabs to everyone.
That she has a soft spot for people in need, and she tries to help. And so because she's always helping, she doesn't get paid a lot. She pays her staff, but she doesn't make a lot of money.
Not even enough to pay the rent on the space.
So we also find out that she has hired a jazz band.
She hires live entertainers.
Yes.
Not just the two that we see, mm-hmm. but others to give them a break.
Yeah. Instead of, and so she pays them, and she already doesn't make a lot of money. So she's really broke. She's
underwater.
Yeah, she's broke. And we see that the like you said, the landlord, and I think also an accountant or whoever owns.
I'm pretty sure he's like in the landlord.
Yeah, comes over and says, "You're out."
Pretty much, you have to the end of the month.
He's
gonna rent the space to someone else. That's what he tells him.
Yes, and so she lost the bar and the apartment in one day.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So
we also see our other kind of main protagonist here, Jim Hobson.
Yes.
Who is kind of like Edith's boyfriend.
It's Edith's boyfriend. It's not kind of. They are dating.
I guess it's just like a weird.
But we see that he really loves her. He's very loving. He's very kind. He's very nice. Gentle with her. I think they have a good relationship.
He's a cop. He's a beat cop now, but he used to be.
He's a sergeant.
He's a sergeant.
Yes,
that's right. What am I thinking? He's a sergeant, but he used to be, on homicide.
Yes,
that's very important.
Yes. So he, but I really liked him. I really like Jim.
His personality is something that you can almost, if you're a single woman, right? You would think, it's not a bad choice. It's not a bad choice to pick. And he really does care for her. You do see that he does care for her. And he even plans he's planning his future with her in mind.
Just a side note here on Sergeant Jim, of course,
Hobson.
Jim Hobson, played by our what's his name?
You never have a win.
You're making fun of me because I don't remember things. Stop. we see the Carl Malden plays Sergeant Jim in this movie, but Carl Malden has been in other movies that I watched over the years. I've always really liked him, and I always thought that he was so good. I never knew why he never played a leading role. And I saw an interview once. He was being interviewed, and he was saying that he early on in life, in his acting career, because of his looks, he knew he was never going to be picked.
He is not just to kind of like a Brad Pitt or a George Clooney. Or he was not, okay? He was not a grand, handsome man of the time. But he was a phenomenal actor.
And he was smart because he said, I knew that I was never going to be the leading man, so I knew that I had to be good enough
as a supporting
to play
actor.
supporting roles.
Yeah.
And that's what and in every movie that I've seen him,
he does great.
He plays a supporting role, and he's actually sometimes sounds better.
Yeah.
So he's fantastic, by the way.
He does great in this one.
They all do. Even the ones, even the characters we don't like. Yes, even later on we don't meet other characters, but
Tony.
We're
going to talk about Tony.
We're going to talk about Tony later, which is played by Peter Lawford.
I don't understand. You think that was a good portrayal, and I'm like,
Of who?
Of Peter Lawford. I don't understand
about
the
what?
intrigue of Peter Lawford. You said that, yeah.
Yes, I thought that Peter Lawford, because Peter Lawford was in the 1916 first Ocean's 11, right?
Oceans.
The original.
Yeah.
We're going to say the original with Sinatra, Sammy Davis, and other really great actors.
Mm-hmm.
So for some reason, I thought that Peter Lawford had a cameo in the George Clooney's 1990s, the remake of Ocean's 11.
We spent
and so
about
I started,
40
we went
minutes.
down this rabbit hole looking for that one,
Until we realized that,
you said no, he couldn't have played, he couldn't have had a cameo
in the 80s.
he couldn't have had a cameo in the George Clooney version because he died in 1984.
Or something like that. He died in the 80s.
Yeah, Peter Lawford died in the 80s, so he died in the 80s, so he couldn't have been in a movie in the 90s.
The 90s, it's 01. From 01.
Oh, God, I even have that wrong. Yeah, into the 2001 remake of Ocean's 11. So,
but I don't know about Lawford.
No, I thought Peter Lawford was really good in the Oceans, in the original. I mean,
we'll have to watch.
We have to watch it. You'll see.
That will definitely be on the list here.
So go watch the movie. You're gonna love it.
It's really good.
It's really good. It's a little long. It's an hour and 50 minutes.
Well, most of these movies tend to
hit but again, you won't even notice.
You won't notice that.
Just bring snacks. That's what I'm saying.
Bring a snack.
Because we stopped it like 100 times to go get water, snacks, and then it got lunchtime, so we had to go.
We didn't plan properly.
Yeah, so I would say if you're gonna watch it, bring lunch, snacks, and plan your bathroom breaks.
Pretend like you're at the movie theater.
It's a really good movie. Watch it
for yourself.
It's you're really gonna be entertained.
Also, just side note, pay attention to the music cues, especially kind of in the beginning part when the jazz band is playing down in the bar. I think they did a very good job.
So they had the jazz band that plays in the bar, and the music is, the beat.
The
beat
way
is
that it
so
kind
nice.
of drives the plot, or it kind of supports the plot, I should say, during that whole scene is really great. Now, the musical cues later on in the film with the kind of dramatic horror film keyboard sounds of the era
it changes.
Was very funny.
Yeah. In the beginning, we have this jazz music playing,
in that one scene, in that whole, like the whole scene.
Like the first 20 minutes of the movie.
I think about 20 minutes.
Yeah, and we love it. We really love it.
It's a great.
They paired it really good with what was happening in the movie, right?
It did very well.
Yeah. So okay, go watch the movie. hope you enjoy it and come back for episode 2.
And even if you don't watch it, come back.
Yes,
Come back in here.
because we are going to, if you don't watch it, we'll tell you what happens.
Yeah.
You're still going to be entertained. Hopefully we can keep you entertained and interested.
Yes.
Yes, so thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.